Hello YouTube fans, my name is Theo and welcome back to another video with a Supersonic Lion. In today's video, we are talking about a crazy, miraculous story with 6 Tongan boys. But before we get any further into this video, do you know what else is crazy? Well, if we got to 200 subs quickly, that would be crazy, but also would be nice. In order to make that happen though, what you need to do is hit that subscribe button. So why not you do hit that subscribe button and also leave a like and a comment on this video if you like my channel. This can help us get to 200 subs and we can get our next party moving. So now, let's get into the topic. The year is 1965, and in the country of Tonga, which is in the Pacific, there existed boys aged 13 to 16. Their names: Luke Vikoso, Fate Latu, Sione Fatuawa, Tavida Tasiloa, Kolo Fikitoa, and Mano Totao. Some of these names are hard to pronounce, come to think of it. These 6 boys, is back when this story is being told, were in a strict Catholic boarding school. A boarding school is a school in which you sleep. So the only time in a boarding school where you ever get back home is during a vacation. For example, like in Christmas, spring break, or in summer, are the only times in a boarding school when you're ever going to be home. This means that most of the time you were in school. And those boys didn't seem to like it. They were very tired of how strict it was. As a result, they had plotted to move as a team to the island of Fiji, some 500 miles away. The boys had stolen a small 24-foot fishing boat. Unfortunately, over the course of the next 8 days, they drifted. They drifted so far, some 200 miles southwest. After those 8 days, however, they discovered an island called Ata. It's an uninhabited island and the last time it was an uninhabited time was some 100 years prior in 1863, when because of a slave trade, the island was just evacuated. So it's like a spot in the middle of the Pacific that has no one except for these boys at the time. During the stay at the island, the boys is fed on wild birds, fish, and toro, capturing some chickens which had been left on the island since the evacuation 100 years prior in 1863. For water, the boys captured rainwater, and when they ran out of water, they drank the blood from seabirds. Ew. At least that's what they have to do to survive. Even though those in tough physical situations, for example, one of the boys had fallen off a cliff in one situation and broke his leg. The group formed a strong bond, and that got them to help each other so that they could survive so long. Little did they know, though, that was where they were going to spend the next 15 months trapped. How are they going to get across? They're like in the middle of the biggest ocean in the world, but they can't get across. The island was the place where they would stay their next 15 months, as I just said. Because they were out for so long, they were presumed dead. There were even funerals held, and their parents were very sad that their sons had been dead. When those 15 months had passed, however, in 1966, an Australian fisherman named Peter Warner had traveled to Ata Island when he was going home, when he noticed some cliffs of burnt grass with patches. They were unusual, as he deemed. But the next thing he saw was a naked boy. That was one of the boys we're talking about here. He swam desperately to the boat and was weak, that boy. Poor boy. I'm sure the other 5 boys also came on to the boat. Luckily, the boys could talk in English, even though they lived in Tonga. Duh. Well, that's lucky. And explain themselves. You might think that's all, but it gets crazier. When the boys came back, they didn't come to a celebration party. This was when Warner found out that the boys had been sent to jail. What? Putting a kid in prison for stealing the boat? Well, they did commit a crime. That is unlucky. What's lucky, however, is that the boys were at least healthy. They survived 15 months. One of them fell off a cliff, and they were like hurting each other. But they're still healthy. Lucky them. But even though the kids were in jail, Warner was prepared. He arranged with Channel 7 in Sydney to film the story that we just told. He then paid the stolen owner the owner whose boat was stolen, $203 to compensate for it being stolen, resulting in the charges getting removed. Wow, crazy story. I can't believe that actually just happened. Castaway. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.